simple hairpiece for height and volume with Jumbo Braid. Jumbo Braid is called Jumbo Braid because it's a type of braiding fiber, which means that it's a bulk, it doesn't have a weft. It is called Jumbo Braid because it's meant to be big. It has a bulk to it, which looks kind of like a kink, and it's meant to give you more volume, so when you use it in braids, you can actually use less fiber. But today, we're going to use it for something very different. I'm just going to separate a piece of the fiber. And then we're just going to begin backcombing. And you want to create kind of a mess. You're basically just trying to create a disorganized ball. Basically the opposite of what you would want at any other time. So you can backcomb with a comb, a brush, whatever, just anything that you have that will make a nice rat's nest. I'm using a little Wonder backcombing brush, which is really good for natural hair to give it a height and volume as well. It also helps to push this fiber in, and as you can see, it's making quite a nice ball of yuck. This is a very inexpensive piece to make. This bundle of Jumbo Braid costs under $3, so we're only using a fraction of the package. So if you needed to make any kind of pieces for an event or anything like that, you could make several from one package of Jumbo Braid, which is nice for like dance recitals and cheerleading, that kind of stuff, when you need a few pieces. Your big rat's nest, I guess. You're going to take your needle and thread, and give a decent amount of length to the thread. And we're basically going to stitch this into the shape that we want. So I want this to be a little more compact because obviously this is going to be very difficult to work with. Because it's going to be quite large. So I'm just going to kind of mold it into the shape that I want, which is going to be more of kind of like just a top piece. Okay, so I'm kind of pushing all of the ends to one spot that'll give me that shape. So then once I get there, I'm just going to stick the needle in and try to gather up all of those ends. Go back through the thread to secure it. And then I'm just going to make some random stitches where I want to minimize the volume and tighten the ends. So I've got some loops that are kind of straying right here. So I'm going to go kind of wind it around through those loops. Pull. And now those loops are gone. These pieces work really well if you're trying to make shapes, like if you wanted to do like more cones or anything like that. You could do some nice poof pieces. Anything that you want to kind of build a filler works really well. So I want it to be kind of like a ridge, a little flatter, not quite so dome shaped, because I want it to give a nice kind of front to back lift, but not necessarily look kind of like a pile. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten it out a little bit so that the shape takes on more skinny from one side, a little wider from the other. And at this point, I'm going to make my stitches a little bit bigger. Kind of build that shape in there. A lot of the stitching is just on feel, so it's how you see the shape coming together. And that way it'll tell you kind of where you need to tighten it up a little bit. It's important that you use a color that's going to be the same as the color that your hair is on the top, otherwise it's going to be much more difficult to cover. Stitch that down. Now I have the basic form. You want to make sure that it's symmetrical, so you kind of shape it a little bit more from here. But that's your basic piece. Now if I was going to use this a few times and I wanted to have something that's going to be a little bit more permanent, I can also stitch on the bottom a couple of weaving clips or toupee clips, so the kind that the snap open, snap shut kind of the teeth. So just put a couple of those on there, that way I can just slide it in whenever I need to use it. But for this, since it's just going to be for an event or one-time use, I'm just going to leave it as such, and I'll secure it with hairpins or bobby pins. So the way that you would use these is you would find the spot where you wanted to install it in the hair, and you're going to comb forward maybe about a ridge of hair, about yay wide, that you're going to use to cover this piece. So I'm going to put it in about here and then use this hair to cover.